Hi guys, today I'm here with another Oily Skin Diaries foundation review. Today we are chatting Colourpop. If you watched Tuesday's video, I did a try on video and haul of this foundation along with a few other items from Colourpop, so I'll link to that down below. But today we are focusing on the No Filter Stick Foundation from them. I reviewed the liquid when it was out. Didn't go so well. I'll link to that down below, along with swatches of this foundation next to some other foundations if you're trying to match yourself. And then there'll also be timestamps down below if you'd like to skip ahead to flash photo test, the wear test before and after. In addition to that, I will have shades that I am in other foundations and other oily skin content. So everything you would like to know should hopefully be down there, but let's go ahead and get started. So the No Filter foundation stick came out recently. I purchased it as soon as it launched, but living in Canada, it takes a little bit of time to get here. This was actually my best experience shipping from Colourpop to Canada. I didn't pay customs, so hallelujah. This foundation retails for $10 American, which is actually a great price considering you get 9 grams of product in here. And although there isn't the same standard, it seems like, for stick foundations, 9 grams seems to be about the average size that you get in a foundation. So you actually do get a nice amount of product in here. It comes in 30 different shades, which is amazing. Colourpop does a really good job with their shade ranges, and they seem to have a nice system of neutral, warm, cool toned, medium dark, so it makes it a little easier to pick out your shade, where it is something online it's always tricky. And because I purchased this on the day that it launched, I was kind of guessing. I ended up going a shade darker than what I used in the liquid. If you want to see face swatches of this and the other shade that I purchased, which was 145, that is in the haul that I will link to down below. So I'm going to be wearing the shade, oops, this is the other one. Medium dark 130C. I think you could wear, if you're a similar shade to me, the 145 if you have a little more yellow in your skin. This is warm but kind of like a goldeny peach, and I seem to have some peach undertones because sometimes things can get a little too yellow on my skin. So I was happy with the way that this looked. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this all over my face. I'll be using a sponge today. I have used a brush. I prefer a sponge with it, but you can absolutely use a brush. That's personal preference. And I'm going to prime this half of my face, so I will bring you in. So I'm just going to draw it on my face, and I misspoke. It's actually 9.5 grams of product in here. And I've said before, it's important to actually look at the amount of product, not just roll it up and look, because it's kind of hard to eyeball. So I'm going to use a sponge to blend it in, and as I said, it was actually much easier to blend in with a sponge than I was expecting it to be. And I just found it gave me a really beautiful smooth finish. If you want more coverage, I think you could go in with a brush, but I really feel like I didn't lose a lot of coverage when using a sponge here. And it blends in quite quickly, as you can see. So I'm going to build it up just a little bit more, and it claims to be medium buildable coverage with a natural skin-like finish, and I would agree with that. Like I said in my video on Tuesday, right off the bat, I preferred this to the liquid, which was surprising to me because I feel like, I don't know, for some reason I feel like a liquid foundation would be easier to formulate. And I mean, that was just my personal preference on the liquid. I didn't like it. I know some of you had said you didn't like it either. It was not an agreeable foundation, like from the start, as soon as you put it on. Let me know if you have tried this or if you plan on picking it up. It is a really great price, especially if you're American. For Canadian, it's like, you know, you've got to spend your $50 to get free shipping, and then you have the Canadian exchange, which makes it probably closer to maybe $13 or $14, which is still a good deal. And then you have the risk of customs, so it's a bit of a riskier game. But if you're American, it's much easier and more affordable. And it is coming, Colourpop is at Ulta. I don't think they have everything. I didn't see this foundation listed there. Not 100% sure what the deal is there. I'm just building it up again. I really don't put much on my forehead or my chin or my nose because I like my freckles to show through. But I don't feel like it has like a hard, tacky, kind of like waxy feel. It's easy to blend. I think that's clear by the fact that I'm using a sponge and normally wouldn't use a sponge with a stick. So it's a much better start. We're off to a much better start than the liquid. So I think things look really good. It feels quite set on my face, not 100%. I'm still gonna set it anyways, but I think the finish looks really good. It's natural. I feel like I could get away with not a concealer and kind of going even lighter with it. So I do really feel like it is buildable. I don't feel like it's super full coverage, but it is really buildable. So it kind of has like a flexible range of ways you could wear it, which I really, really like. I think you could use this as a contour and a highlight too, so it kind of bridges a few different applications there, which is nice. And for the price tag, you could pick up 3 for 30 bucks if you're interested. Or for me, I wouldn't even go with a highlight. I would definitely pick one up as a contour. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup, take some flash photos to see how it performs, and I will be right back. I am back and I think things look really good. Really happy with the color match. I meant to mention that the primed side looks ever so slightly more smooth, but I don't feel like it looks like it's highlighting texture on the side that's not primed. For my makeup, everything I'm wearing is listed down below, but I did try out some new e.l.f. things and I filmed a little tutorial, so that is on Instagram, linked below if you'd like to check it out. And oh, the photo test. So here in my lighting, I thought it looked really good, super natural. And then when I took it to my dark hallway with flash, I thought it looked great there too. I didn't see much lightness in my face, no major flashback. It definitely looked a little bit shiny, but lights will always kind of enhance the amount of shine that's on your face. So I think things look really, really good. Very happy so far. So I will check back with you in a few hours in some natural light. Hey guys, it has been about 4 hours and I think things look really good. I don't feel like it's oxidized. It doesn't feel oily. That being said, I haven't had like a very active day. It's the day after like the time change on a Sunday. So I've just been kind of like chilling and editing, not putting it through any like major test here. But my face gets oily anyways, no matter what, but my oils have been better lately. I will say I've been kind of balancing it a little bit better with my skincare. But that being said, nothing is slipping around. I don't feel like it's oxidized. I don't feel like I need to blot or it feels heavy. Blush and highlight, everything's still in place. So I will check back with you at the end of the night and we will see what it looks like. It's now the end of my makeup day. It's actually not that late, but I just feel wiped from the time change and my boyfriend's out of town. I have not been sleeping, and if my eyes look like they're watering, it's because my ring light and my tiredness are just not getting along. But anyways, besides the fact that I look haggard, I think this foundation held up really nicely. This, I have worn this a few times, so I'm not really surprised. I have really been enjoying this. I feel like I can't tell exactly. I feel like it may have darkened slightly, but it didn't turn orange. It doesn't look bad. I think it looks really good. Something that I noticed with this is that my blush and highlight stayed on incredibly well. That was my first time trying those out, so I don't know if those are also just really long wearing, but I think that those look really, really good. It doesn't look oily or greasy. Like I mentioned, my oils have calmed down a little bit, but I definitely still do get oily. Nothing has broken up on my face. There's a little bit of shininess in the center of my face, but I think things look really good. And I have worn this out and about as well, and it did perform well. So if I left the house and gone out and done some stuff, it may look a little bit more worn down, but I do think it looks really, really good. Overall, I would recommend this. Definitely miles better than the liquid by far. Basically anything would be. The only thing I noticed, which I think that this was, I don't know what this was. I have this little line here. And like I said, I've worn this foundation before, so it's not the foundation's fault. It's almost like it's a tear mark, but I didn't cry today, so I don't really know what that was. But anyways, I would definitely recommend this if you have normal to oily skin. If you have dry, I'm not totally sure how it would fare. It's a little bit hard for me to say, but I really like this. It has a good shade range. There's a nice amount of product in there. It's a good price. The only bummer is that of course you do need to pick it up online, and if you pick up your wrong shade, then you're a little bit stuck with the product, but I'm glad that I was able to figure out my match. Definitely will continue to wear this. The primed side I feel like held up more or less just as well as the other side. I don't feel like you need a primer with this, but if you are looking to give it a little more slip in application, it does feel a little bit, it doesn't like really glide onto your skin super creamy on application, which I actually don't mind because I have oily skin and I want to feel like it's adhering to my face, and I feel like it does a good job. It feels lightweight. It doesn't highlight any texture on my skin. So overall, I'm very happy with this. Can breathe a sigh of relief because I was worried after the liquid. I almost was debating not purchasing it at all, and I'm so glad that I did pick it up. So I recommend if you were on the fence to give it a try. As always, let me know down below your experience with this foundation and let us know your skin type as well, because that can be helpful to other people reading through the comments section. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!